practice. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Nick Fong, and I'm from TBN Asia. Today, I'm really excited because I get a chance to talk to somebody I've not met before, but I've read up a little bit about Ronald Ishak here from Hactiv8 in Indonesia. Hi, Ronald. How are you?
Hi, Nick. Good to see you.
Good, good.
Doing well. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. For those who are watching this, maybe later on, there's a little bit of lag, but I think we'll just power through. So I think to start off very quickly, I'm just going to hand the time over to Ronald. Ronald, maybe just introduce yourself and a little bit about the Hactiv8's mission and purpose. Over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Ronald Ishak, I started this company with my co-founder Riza in 2016, and it really came because Indonesia is a growing economy, and we don't have enough software developers. So as the industry is trying to grow, the tech industry is trying to go, we don't have enough talent in the marketplace. So what ends up happening is that there's been a lot of poaching of people and talent from one company to another. And so in 2016, we decided to basically build a program where we could take people from an absolute beginner until they can become a job-ready developer, and then help them get into these high-paying jobs. One of the things that we've done quite differently versus other, traditional schools is that we do this thing called an income share agreement, right? The way that it works is that students don't actually have to pay anything upfront, and they can just pay the tuition back once they are employed in a high-paying job. And so our mission really is to really help a lot of people, just break through that financial barrier of attaining an education. It doesn't have to be expensive. And so we think we can do that through these things called income share agreements, something that's really never been tried before in Indonesia.
Yeah. Cool. And I think that was something, as I kind of researched a little bit, I saw this term income share agreement, and I think sounded really interesting. So when they pay back, do they pay back with interest, or just exactly what the cost of the course was?
Yeah, so there's no interest in the repayment itself. It's actually capped. And so what we've really tried to do is that, we wanted to make it into a fair way so that, people can still live. It doesn't want to be predatory. So if somebody's like, in between jobs, we wouldn't be collecting or anything like that. But we want to be able to succeed alongside our students. So when they're successful in getting, a high paying job, we want to also, be part of that process as well, right? So in a way, Nick, it's kind of like having skin in the game with our students.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and that's amazing. And so having that, I mean, I'm assuming you may not have started with that in the first place, but having this income share agreement, ISA, you'll call it, how long has that been? Is it last 2 years, 3 years, or only recently?
Yes. So we started this in 2019. Initially, just as an alternative way for people to get into Hactiv8. For the longest time we had traditional student loan models that serviced by other companies, but we realized that a lot of people in Indonesia, if they don't have a good credit score, or if they even have a credit score as a student, it would be very difficult for them to attain those loans. What ends up happening in Indonesia is that their parents get credit assessed, right? And so what happens, that means is that, if a student has really good potential, but their parents have really bad credit history, that these students aren't able to, attain a good education. And that's where we want to come in. We want to be able to really spot that potential and really, invest in these students, because we know that they'll do well. And so we launched this in late 2019. It's been around now for about 2.5 years, and it's been really exciting to watch this play out over these past few years, even during a pandemic when things were very uncertain. It's exciting to see the impact now looking back. We have seen cases of students that were previously motorcycle delivery drivers, or even a security guard in a villa, suddenly become a software developer and working into building apps that's completely changed their life and their incomes and all these great things.
Wow, that's really nice. And And I mean, like you mentioned, I think there's a need, there's a huge need in Indonesia for digital talents, and especially, and you're working with people that are doing programming. I understand that, from different reports, some people say 9 million, some people say 70 million. That's quite a lot. Is there a particular number you guys are hoping to continue to contribute to that gap?
Yeah, it's definitely a very big gap. For us, I think like, I think we've really felt really called to, take a small part of this. Initially, we want to be able to also help other vocational schools.
Okay. Ronald, you were cut off. I heard the word vocational schools, and then you got cut off. Are you still there?
Hello?
Yep. Yeah, I got to the part, the vocational schools, and then after that it got cut off.
Oh, okay. So let me repeat that then. Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to be able to help vocational schools.
Mhm.
Helps people get a job. We want to help remove that financial barrier in between, right? And so by building out this income share agreement platform, we really hope to not just empower computer science or developers to become people to become developers, but also all these other areas as well. Right now it feels like we're facing giants, but I think we're in this really early and exciting phase where we're trying to see, if this model can work, right? Because
Yeah.
initially, Nick, when we started this, there's a lot of criticism of people like, what if people run away? What if people don't pay? And all these different things. But we always said that, if we don't try to sort of help people, sort of see what this can do instead of just closing off the opportunity, we would never know. And so we're taking that early risk of just being able to service our own income share agreements.
Nice, nice. Are you able to say, like, roughly for per student, what kind of exposure it is? I mean, in terms of cost, just in case they're unable to pay up or they run away.
Yeah, no, so the program itself is capped. So people are paying about 60 million rupiah. That is the repayment cap. And that's equivalent to maybe about 6,000 Singapore dollars, I would say.
Okay.
And so right now that fee is actually contractually they're over 36 months. So it's divided over 36 payments.
Yep.
However, what's really exciting is that, what we didn't realize when we had built out this model is how fast people's salary increases year on year.
Wow.
And so when we had projected 36 months to get repayment fully repaid back, what ends up happening is actually within the first 2 years, perhaps, everything's already paid off, just because people are getting bonuses, people are going up in their career.
Wow.
And so it's exciting to see that. And so we sort of see this as a way like, okay, we can fund even more students,
Nice.
and we could help them go through this process, really. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yes, perfect segue into that, because you said that, there's some that are now, after 2 years, they're kind of fully paid up. I guess, has there been, has there been any stories that or highlights that really, help your team keep motivated? Yes, we're on the right track with this. We're doing well, and more people are being helped. Yeah, would love to hear any of those stories.
Yeah, no, we've helped a lot of people. I think over thousands at this point. And what's always exciting for us in the team is that from seeing from somebody that comes in that really has all these things going on in their minds, perhaps like things like, oh, I'm not good enough, or, just all this insecurity that's built up, and thinking that they're not really able to do something, and really seeing them graduate and get these jobs and now suddenly become our hiring partners in the future, which is already happening right now. Our alumni are hiring our old alumni are hiring our new alumni, and it's exciting to sort of see that and be able to play that small part in that person's life. We've seen multiple stories. The one I mentioned earlier, right? That one of our guys that became from a Gojek, a Grab driver, delivering food, all the way into becoming a back-end software developer.
Nice.
We've seen changes from somebody from a security guard become a software developer. It's just really crazy, and all these people really needed was an opportunity, right? And really to take that financial barrier away, or postpone it, because we know that companies will pay for good talent. right? And it's just sort of matching those together. And then so we're excited to be able to sort of prove this out, give out reports that says, hey, income share agreement works. This is the future of student financing. It doesn't have to be predatory. We can succeed together with our students.
Nice. I maybe I haven't asked this question before, but are the courses online? And if they are online, I'm assuming that are you able to reach out into, maybe further out the second tier cities, third tier cities? Are you seeing that sort of enrollment from there?
So we have done it online, both online and offline. We have seen that people that still do the program offline still perform a lot better. The outcomes are much better. And so, we think that this type of education where it's rapid, it's very high pressure for the students, it is better in an in-person environment. We continue to believe that, although I'm sure a lot of people might say, oh, online is more scalable and all these things, but if we're looking for like that end impact, the outcomes first, we're more confident with the offline approach.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, and so looking now that now we're in 2022 and a bit looking forward, I guess the question is, what's on the plate for Hactiv8? What's new? What are you guys working on? And what sort of support could you be looking out for? Yeah, as now that we're post-pandemic time.
Yeah, no, so actually, what we're really looking to do now is that, when we look into our books today, right, our financials, right, we see that a lot of the finance that's accumulated over time has been all these, students that need, a few years for them to be able to pay back to us. We want to be able, we're confident, and we want to be able to expand this reach, right? And so one of the things that we've been trying to do lately is really raise capital and then use our income share agreements as collateral so that we can build out even more schools, basically extend this impact to even more people. That's what I'm really excited about, because I think right now, we only have one physical campus and one online campus, but we think that we can grow this to so much more, expand the reach everywhere. We also started to see that a lot of companies, not just in Indonesia, but also in Singapore and also in Australia, are having a hard time looking for developers. We also want to take part in that. How can we get people in Indonesia to be exposed to working with employers in other markets and really help cross-pollinate the knowledge that we might see from other companies from other parts of the world.
Nice. Yeah, and then I think ultimately that it's good for the students, it's good for the graduates, I think, to also be able to be exposed to multiple countries, multiple cultures, and the increasing need for digital talent. That's for sure. It's definitely here to stay. I think it's not going to run away. So it's really exciting. Just looking back for this, if people want to keep track of what Hactiv8 is doing, where can they find your information, your news, and just to know what are you guys up to?
Yeah, so you can visit our website, Hactiv8.com. Okay. And I don't know if you're gonna put one of those links here, but then it's we have a link tree that has ways for people people can take part of the Hactiv8 story, really take charge and really help us bring this to even more people. Nice.
Cool. Yeah, I think really, Ronald, thank you for your time, for even having just a quick chat with us and quick catch up on a busy day. It's the start of the week, but really appreciate that you made time to do this, and I'll see you soon for sure.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. See ya.
Okay.